What was that?
Like a wah pedal, and it goes like wow, 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 wow.
I feel like I've heard that specific wow, 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 wow in some sort of transition in some sort of early
Interesting.
2000s TV show from ITV or something.
That what you've just done sounds a bit like the Kylie song.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, she goes like, "You got it, wow, 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 wow."
Uh huh.
Maybe, but you don't strike me as having a big knowledge of Kylie tunes in your head.
I
Can
definitely
you
don't.
name 3 Kylie Minogue tunes?
Um, 3 Kylie Minogue tunes. Okay. La la la. La la la.
What's
La
it
la.
called?
That's it.
It's not called La La La, honey.
Um, I can't get you out of my head.
Perfect.
Can't get you out of my head.
There's one.
Uh, because I'm the real Shady and I'm the real Shady. All the other Slim Shadys are just
Ooh,
imitating.
not
So won't
quite.
the real Slim Shady please, Kylie? No, I can't do it. I can only do that one.
Yeah. What about the song? In fact, that's probably her biggest well-known song. Really, she has got a lot of other hits, but I'm not stunned that you can't name any more.
I'm just being real. Like I can't even think of. I genuinely can't even think of any other songs. Nothing is
That's
coming to
okay.
mind.
I only know a
No.
couple because maybe I just know her music a bit more.
Well, I think, I really think that you've got such an amazing grasp on music. Like,
Thanks.
you always surprise me with, we'll be like listening to something or something will come up and you'll just be like, oh, that's that by them. Or you'll be like,
Yeah.
have you heard this by this band? And I'm always just like, wow, like you
Yeah.
really know your stuff.
Thank you. You know what though? I think maybe I've got a more general knowledge maybe of music and defo maybe more pop. I think I
Mm.
just know a lot more pop than you, but you know way more like blues stuff. You know way more like in like folk stuff and
I think there may be just like two slight niches.
yeah.
Also, just a quick little
Yeah.
admin thing. Would we be alright to maybe just, can you lower the mic just slightly?
Like this.
Yeah, so like pull it down. Yeah, and
Like
then
that.
so it's kind of like, so it's similar to mine,
Oh
just
yeah,
so
like that.
just so it's kind of closer to you, just
Yeah,
naturally to your
cool.
mouth. Yeah,
Nice. Good
thank you.
call.
Um, I feel like they're like niche things, and I feel
I
like
get
I'm more
you.
of a niche. That sounds so terrible.
No, but you
You
don't
know,
really have like a broad like pop knowledge of like big pop music over the past like 10 years or so or 15
still
years.
though, I think we'll be sat. I think you've just got a really eclectic taste, and I think
Thank
you're
you.
really well read on your music,
Mm,
more so than me, and I do it for a living,
mm.
which is funny, and maybe I think that's something I should try and be more receptive to a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like do you ever like hear a song that you like and
Hmm.
go, "Oh, I like this tune." And you go onto Spotify and like click play radio and it just plays
No,
you you never do that.
never do that. No,
Oh, I
I'm
do
gonna have to
that
start
a
doing that. That
lot.
sounds good.
Because then it'll play you a radio based on that tune.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And
Yeah,
obviously, if the tune is just like a well-known song, if the tune's like Thriller by Michael Jackson, you're only gonna get in the radio big numbers.
yeah, yeah.
But if the song's a little more unknown and a bit more
That sounds great.
unique, it'll like recommend you. Maybe you'll know a few of them because it
Yeah.
might be in a genre that you like, but it'll just play you tunes based off that song.
Okay.
And then it's really cool. I find a lot of cool music that way.
Nice.
And then if you're like, oh, I love this song, like who's this by? And then you
Yeah.
check them out and you check out the discography. Maybe then you'll listen to like a playlist of them and their music from
Mm.
like all over their discography, as opposed to listening album by album.
Well, I do try and do that. I do. If I find a song that I like, I will try and listen to the album.
Interesting,
But
because
then
I
what?
don't do that very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what happens then with me is that I'll listen to the album, and a lot of the album will be a bit hit and miss, and there'll usually be one or two tracks that I'm
Yeah.
like, that was really good,
Yeah.
but the rest will kind of just not really resonate. So maybe I should do radio
Yeah.
more. That could be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Radio is really cool. And then
Yeah.
if there's like an artist that you like, yeah, listening to like a playlist of their music from all over their
Yeah.
discography can be really good because then you might find you might find a lot of the tunes are really good and then you're like, oh, a lot of these are on the same album. I'm gonna go listen to the album, or
Mm.
Because the other day I was doing a bit of a deep dive with Talking Heads, because I was like, I like their tunes. I've just
Yeah.
never really listened to their albums, and
Yeah.
I was listening to that album that you know, the yellow one with the blue circle. It's got like you know, This Would Be the Place on, Burning Down the House.
That's not
Does
ringing
that
a
not
bell.
ring a bell?
No,
I
no.
can't
That,
remember what it's called, but
I always
I'd-
thought that was on the. Is it like a red album with that just says Talking Heads in green?
oh, I
That's
don't
the
know.
one that's one that pops into my
Is that
head.
not the one with Psycho Killer on?
Ah, yeah, that's
that
probably
that
yeah.
rings a bell. Yeah, I think that's maybe the. I know Psycho Killer is a huge tune for them, but I think that Burning Down the House and This Would Be the Place are on the same album that's like orange and blue
Okay.
or something.
I'll have
And
to look at that.
I'd listened to it though, but I was like, this is not
Oh,
for
is
me.
it just hit and miss?
It's
Yeah.
it's the only hits are those two tunes, and the rest of it's
Right,
like a bit
right,
blah.
yeah.
Oh no, actually, I'm even getting that confused with something else, because I did like, So She Was. There's another good song on that. It's called that, And She Was, and there's one that's like I'm gonna keep you up all night. Like, it's really good.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just chatting.
Let's put it on after the
Yeah,
podcast
we
and
should.
we'll have a
I
listen.
think I'm
Yeah.
just chatting out my arse there. If anyone's listening and knows what I'm talking about, I'm talking about a different album. Maybe I'm talking about that album, but there's definitely an album with one good tune on it, and the rest of it's like quite blah. But then, yeah.
I'll have to. That has lit a fire under me though.
Yeah.
I want to go and have a listen.
Yeah,
And
I'll definitely show you after this.
I'm really getting back into my 80s rock at the minute, and there's a load of
Notice.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a load of really great, like obviously there's a load of great hits that I'm listening to, but there's loads of great hidden, or like maybe not even hidden, but just stuff that was like stuff that you at the time it was mainstream, but even then it probably wasn't. Like Winger are pretty big, and
Yeah.
but
What do Winger do again?
they do a
No.
um
I know you're on about. I just can't remember what. I get so confused with all the 80s rock bands that I don't know who's who.
oh god, what is that
What
song?
do
It's
Winger do?
it's like
It's not.
oh no, I can hear it in my head. It's like, and it's in a Tricky Time signature. She was a
Interesting.
classic case, a real learning case, so beautiful. Da, 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 da. There's only love. This is love. I'm getting the this can't stop the feeling. She's a dirty blonde. Remember that one?
Little Dave.
Yeah, Little Dirty Blonde. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I always find I'm really, I do struggle sometimes because you hear songs like, Little Dirty Blonde, and I think they have a song called She's Only 17
Of course
or
they do, yeah. Oh, yeah.
17.
Yeah.
And
Her daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. It's
Yeah,
like she's a child. No
it's-
wonder her parents say she's too young.
it's really
I know
hard.
what
It's
you mean.
really
It's
difficult
It's
because
so dodgy.
there's so much of that going on in 80s music. Warrant Cherry Pie.
Especially
and-
like rock or your metal rock
Yeah.
music in the 80s. It's all very, pandering to like men going out with underage women.
And if it's
but
if it's not in the
Empowering the underage women though, being like, oh,
Yeah.
but she's crazy and
Yeah,
wild, and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no,
It's not good.
like,
That's not a good.
So gross.
And if it's not in the lyrics, it's often reflected in the actual music video. Like I was,
Oh.
Is This Love, Whitesnake?
Yeah.
The music video in that is like those guys to me all look like that they're in their 40s, but then the love interest woman
Female
who's
interest,
like
yeah.
she looks quite young, and there's a lot of touching and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so it's like, for the time and for whatever, you'd be like, well, that was clearly just a thing that was happening within the music, and that was considered norm. But it's tricky because I like listening to the music, and I like the guitar, and I like the harmonies and everything that's going on. But then it's like you catch yourself singing along, and you're like,
Yeah,
I can't
lyrics
really.
are kind of gross, aren't they?
Yeah, and
I know what you mean.
that's a really,
But it opens up a can of worms, which might be a good podcast episode actually, about there's a book out at the minute, I think it's relatively recent, called Monster. And it's a non-fiction book, and I haven't read it, but I've seen there's a book club happening about it in this bookshop in Sheffield that's just opened, and
Oh yeah.
I think it's called like Monster, and it's like, how do we enjoy art made by awful people? And it's like, talking about the whole
Yeah.
phenomenon of like separating art from the artist, or especially when the artist, be it a musician or painter or anyone that or anyone that's like kind of quite despicable,
Right.
but yet how do we enjoy what they've created and the way that it blends itself into society so normally? But yet, when we look into it, it's like, oh, there's a lot of dodgy stuff happening here.
That could be a
and
good topic. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit of a wild card, but
No,
I think
it's-
it's a really interesting topic. And
Perhaps there's something also in that we could talk about with. I've just come from having a coffee with a friend, and we were talking about, the idea of, and we were talking a little bit about it this morning, like the idea of when you make something like art or, you create something that's creative. In this day and age, there's kind of like tick boxes or things that you have to be like, well, does my content look a certain way? Because if it, on the superficial level, it's like, is it filmed for appropriate, like for Instagram? Is it done portrait as opposed to landscape? There's little things like that, but then there's also
goes
things
way deeper though, doesn't it?
in terms
Does
of
it fit?
algorithm.
Does it fit into an algorithm aesthetic that's going to appeal to people?
Did you swear? Did you say things that were the things in that might be considered, well, yeah, like that might offend people? So then, as a result, you have to tailor your speech and tailor your words, and it's sort of happening on a subliminal but very real way. That could, there could be something in the two of them.
Good. Yeah,
maybe
it's
a
like,
partnership.
yeah, they're quite different, but I know what you mean. I guess maybe
it's like the same
maybe
world.
in a sense of like, how do you separate yourself from what you create? Because if I'm there making an Instagram reel, I want it to look nice. I want it to have a message, have something to it, and I want it to represent me and like my business. But then also, there's an element of separation there because it's not real in a sense. I'm creating something.
Yeah, okay.
But then how do you cut through
and
be real and genuine when you also want to appeal to people and then
and if you have parts of like, like parts of like, if you're a performer or you do things that are like, well, you act or you write music, or like you say, it's like that's an element of my personality.
Yeah.
But it's not that's not who I am.
And how much does what you create bleed into who you are? Like sometimes I catch myself being like, oh, this would be so good for my life. And it's like, oh, it's like a perfect example was my birthday. I kind of turned my birthday into a business opportunity. Like when I think about it.
That's really interesting. We should talk about that.
Because I kind of thought on my actual birthday, I did nothing. I didn't see anybody because I was working. I spent it pretty much. It's fine. It's not a sob story.
No, I was just sorry. The hand gesture was just another thing.
Oh.
Do you think before we get into this deep dive, we should do a little word from our
that's
our
a good
friends?
shout actually.
Just because I can feel like we could really get into this and this feels real.
You're so right.
I'll do that. We'll just super quick. Bean. Imagine
bean coffee.
It'll get to that point, I think, where we just no, it won't.
What?
Where we just don't even talk. We just have
bean.
Bean.
Bean coffee.
Bean coffee. We
love them.
We love bean coffee. I was there today.
We were there today. Yeah.
I've had a few coffees today.
You've had a few today. Yeah.
Bean's our favourite. Genuinely, it is. We genuinely love Bean. They have a loyalty app, which is going to be in our description. You can download it for free. You can rack up some points for getting some coffee whenever you're in there. Rack up enough points, get a free coffee. It's win-win, and the coffee genuinely does taste lovely.
It is our favourite. We've been going for years as well. It's been our local regular or our regular local.
Yeah.
We're regulars at our local.
Yeah.
And it's great.
We love the staff. It's just there's a few consistent things that we have in our life, and going to Bean for a coffee every day is one of them. So
it is.
Check it out. Let us know what you think, and you can check out the loyalty app in the description of this video.
Definitely look into that. You might as well, because then you'd never miss out on getting the points for your coffee that's going to give you free coffee going back. Yeah. So definitely worth having.
Thank you, Bean.
Thanks, Bean.
So you were saying about your birthday. So your birthday was on Sunday. It was a busy weekend for the both of us. But that day you were doing a market and you were doing you were running like a birthday special on your website. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, it's my birthday coming up, and then I thought, oh yeah, what am I going to do on my birthday? And then I looked at the calendar and saw that it was on the Sunday when my Manchester market is, and I was like, oh well, that'll be fun, I guess. I'll be at a market. I'll have a nice day and things like that. And I was like, oh, I might have some. And then immediately I was like, oh, and I'll like do some cute stuff at my store. Like I'll have some free sweets. I'll give out free sweets for purchases and stuff. And maybe have like a cute little banner or something being like, it's my birthday. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should do like a special offer. So maybe I'll do like 3 for 2 or something on that day. And then I was like, yeah, maybe I should do something on my website as well, like run a sale. And then I was like, yeah, I'll do 28% off because I was turning 28.
It's a really innovative idea.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you kind of, and then it's like, well, that's my real life there, my actual, you know, most people have work and then like their life. It was like, well, no, this is my life, and it was my birthday, and I created it in a way to be like an opportunity to like make sales and like grow my business and have fun at the same time. It was fun, like making a little poster and planning cute offers and doing my website, and all of that is fun, like obviously. And then, but I was like, yeah, it would be great because I'll have it as like an event where people will want to get involved and hopefully want to support me and things like that. And then you think like, yeah, but did you make any actual nice plans for your birthday, like with friends or with family, or did you do anything? And it was like, no. It's like, is that worrying?
Well, you know, with I think like there's a world, isn't there, where it's like you have to constantly keep you know, social balance and work in check. Those two things have to be like in balance.
Yeah.
But on this occasion, it was like, you know, you were doing a market anyway, so that was something that was going to happen. And
and I knew that the evening you were working, so it wasn't like working in the day and then go out and do something in the evening.
And we have done that before, and we've had parties before where it's been like a, you know, where that's not like a recurring thing where it's like at special events. No. We just get your head down and buckle down and don't look up from your
that's not our attitude at all, but it just so happened to sort of pan out that way. And then
and it did connect people in a social way, because you know, you had your best day by far for website sales.
I did.
So you were clearly connecting with people through your Instagram and through your social media,
which was so nice. It did make me feel like, you know, I might not be doing anything for my birthday, but like people are engaging with me, and like, you know, every like purchase someone made was kind of like they're giving me a birthday present, because, you know.
Exactly, yeah, that's how I was thinking of it.
You know, that's what I mean. So it's not even like I'm looking at that in a negative way, but it's that thing of separating your work, or like your art, in a sense, what you're creating, or your projects and stuff, and then how much does that like bleed into your real life, and then when does your real life just become the same thing? Or I was having this conversation recently with another maker, another small business gal, and we were saying it's hard to do things and then not see it as immediately, oh, that's going to be good content for my shop, or seeing something and going, oh my god, I'd love this, and it's like, well, do you? Or is it just like on brand for your website, you know what I mean, or for your shop aesthetic or your brand aesthetic and stuff? And it's like, what do you do that isn't in line with that, and how do you hide that from people, and or why do you hide that from people, or why do you have these separations, and is it healthy too, or is it actually, no, you should always have everything be all encompassing, and, you know, it's a tough one.
I think it is, and it's something that I think like anyone that is doing, you know, that is trying to use social media for a source of income or for growing their brand, which, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, anyone can do that now. You don't have to go to business school to do that. You know, I think it's definitely worth paying attention to. But at the same time, I think it's like, I heard a really good quote from Andrew Huberman that said, and you know, I love you, Huberman. And it was,
what was that?
That was me and him high-fiving in my head.
Cute.
And love you, Andrew Huberman.
If you're listening.
Such an inspiration. And he said something, I'm paraphrasing, but it was the idea of like, you know, everyone wants attention, and we crave attention so much, and our attention is pulled in every which direction with social media. And he said something like, you should take your art and your creative thing to social media to broadcast. What you shouldn't do is look at social media, take that and apply that to your art, and then bring it back to Instagram.
Yeah.
So the idea of doing something where it's like, do your art, do your creativity, how it would be, and then put it out. And regardless of what the kind of interaction you get, I think is the point.
Yeah.
Because because in that way you're not compromising on anything. It's like you're not fitting what's popular. You're not mimicking people's
Do you not
videos.
think that's all very well saying, but then if you aren't creating like dynamic, engaging reels that are popular, your art will never get noticed, and then you'll never be able to further it and put money into it and put time into it. Do you know what I mean?
It's a real terrible
it's a fence,
sort of,
isn't it? Like you've got to, you can't go full one way or the other. Like I remember when I was first starting my business, I remember speaking to a friend and being like, yeah, I don't think I'll get, because I didn't have Instagram at the time, and I was like, I don't think I'll do Instagram for it because it's like, oh, Instagram, social media, like I'm not a fan. I'll just have like a little Etsy shop and that'll be it. And then I remember her being like, well, you'll need to get an Instagram for it. And I was like, no, I don't think I will. And at the time, like that was very like naive of me to think that I could do it without an Instagram. But it's an interesting thing of like, well, like how much do you conform in that way to get your art out there and stuff, and then how much do you actually think, it's like everyone's like, oh, like do TikTok, and I'm like, no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's tricky,
is that me being naive and thinking like, no, like I refuse to do that. I do enough like on Instagram and stuff, and I try my best on there, and doing TikTok as well. And also TikTok's just got this other side to it that's just very young and very like
very hip and trendy,
and very hip and trendy, but also in a bad way where it's like addicting. And I don't know, I know all social media is addicting as well, but and then I'm like, no. So then it's like, is that me just being like, no, I'm protecting myself there a little bit. I'm choosing one. I'm putting my effort into it. I'm not gonna do it all because.
But I don't know, because it's so like, I don't know if the word pervasive is the right word, but like the idea of like when we first started doing Keep Growing, we would find reels that we thought, hey, these reels are doing quite well. Let's mimic it.
Yeah.
And then you mimic it, and then you get some sense of, oh my, wow, look, these videos have gone
views,
and then you repeat the process and you don't get that same engagement, and then you think, oh, that's because something else is trending, and then you think that sucks, and then all of a sudden the stuff that you've been making doesn't resonate with you on any level.
That's so true.
And then you go, what was I doing this whole time I could have been putting out stuff that was real to me, getting less engagement, but I look back at my stuff and I was like, that was real, that was good, that was totally me being honest. Like, you can use the format, of being like,
apply it to you, make it important, and like,
I feel as
still truthful to yourself.
Because I don't know, I think that's what I'm trying to get hold of now. Like I don't think for any of my recent reels or my recent stuff that I've been putting out, I haven't based it on I've not used any trending audio, I've not used any format. I've just put the thing out as intended and then tried to direct it to a YouTube or a some sort of bigger link. And that for me it's felt quite nice, because it just feels like I just don't have to
it's less pressure.
And it's actually been nice to not be. I feel like a couple of months ago, especially with my personal channel, I was making so many reels daily that were, do you remember? And it was based on trending audios, trending ideas, and then you look back and it's like, it didn't gain me anything. It didn't do anything. Like,
even if you're getting hundreds of thousands of views on something, that doesn't necessarily mean anything other than that you've successfully infiltrated an algorithm, and then it's getting shown to people, and it's like, so what? You might have thousands of views on it. Like if I had a video of my earrings and it had 100,000 views on it, that doesn't mean that I'll get a single sale or a single follower or anything, because especially if, and it's like the more views the video gets, the kind of more conforming to the algorithm is, and then that kind of gets on people's nerves when they see the same thing over and over again.
And I don't think they want. I like if there was someone that was real, particularly for you. It's like if someone was invested in your brand or your message or your, you know, who you are, and then they just see you and it's like you've just copied 100. They've just scrolled and they've seen 100 videos all using the same audio or the same format of the reel. And you've done it. It's like, oh, that's
what makes them think, oh, I'm going to go and check out this girl's small business and see what her life's like and stuff. But then you get into your head then thinking like, oh, like none of this is real.
I know. It's
crazy,
it's tricky.
isn't it?
We didn't set out. I didn't when I was 12, picked up the guitar. I didn't set out to be like in 20 years, whatever, 10, 15 years, I'll be able to make a reel, you know, playing this guitar and I'll be able to get 100,000 views on it. Like that's not the reason to do it.
I know what you mean. But also you can't help but feel a bit of a, you know, the past like 4 or 5 reels I've put out, like, you know, I get like 8, you know, it'll be quite slow and they might get to 1,000 views, maybe 2, maybe 3. And you're like, well, you know, okay. And then you put out one. I put out one recently that was probably the least effort I've put into a video, and it's got like over 12,000 views now, and you can't help but feel a little bit sense of like, oh, that's done quite well. And I have like
bit of validation.
You get a bit of validation from it, and you know, maybe some new followers and stuff, but then you think like, and it's not as simple as, oh, we'll just do that again, because
it changes
all the time. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's like
it changes all the time.
It's tough.
Yeah. It is tough. It's a constant, especially with like, it's. But I always just think it comes back to that thing of just being like, just do what, like, that's why, you know, you do, like, the less time you spend on social media and the less time you're scrolling and paying attention to what's popular and paying attention to what's going off, inevitably the more you're just going to be focusing on you and what your internal compass and what you feel is what you should be pursuing right now. Recently I've had more of an inclination to get back and record some like guitar videos where I'm actually just playing and it's like, here's me, I'm playing, like, oh, here's a song I really like, I played over the top of it, or there's like a little solo I put on it. And I remember doing that ages ago and being like, oh, I did it because I wanted to do it, and I was like, that was fun, I had a really fun time doing that. And then the mistake happened when I did it, and I remember doing the riff to, you know, Carry On Wayward Son. And
it got done really well on Instagram.
It was like I think it was something crazy, like 90,000 views. And then I was like, right, so that's instantly took over my desire to do it just because it felt so good to have that.
Yeah.
And then I remember doing it again for some other riff or something, and it just didn't. It just, nothing happened.
And then you're like, I guess I'm not going to do that again.
Why would I do this again? Why would I? And that's so crap, because that is literally like social media has taken something which was dear to me and said it's people don't care, so we don't care. And then so it's like, oh god. Then you start getting. Then I start, you know, I start thinking like, is this whole comedy thing just one big social media? Is that seed been planted because I see it so much?
Yeah.
But it's not, because I know that I just enjoy comedy. But you know, you do. But it can be a weird.
It's a funny old thing,
step,
isn't it?
Like a
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I think that I take a lot of inspiration from you, because I think that what you're really good at with social media is you always come across as authentic, and you connect with people very well. And I think that's great for me to see, because I feel like I'm for I think a large part of me can be so cynical, and you know this. We have talks at night, and
it is known.
it is known I'm cynical, and I'm really trying to get away from that as much as I can by embracing the trying to always see the good in people, and trying to communicate. I have trouble sometimes communicating with people, and I'm trying to do that more. And that's something that you just seem to be able to do effortlessly on social media. And that's the nice side of it. That's nice, where it's nice.
It is nice when you feel like you've got a community, and you know, you're not getting too caught up in the numbers, and you're not getting too caught up in what's popular and what's trendy. Because it's easy to see a small business and they've got like hundreds of thousands of followers, and their reels are getting like hundreds of thousands, millions of views, and think, oh, they're doing so well, and you know, I just need to do what they're doing, and then I'll get that kind of success, and that's
the
trap.
trap. Yeah, that's
you know?
it's a horrible trap.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I've not seen it. Have you seen it? I've not heard anything about it. No.
I've heard it's fun.
I don't know why.
But I've heard it's stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a thing with twists at the end, hasn't he?
He does. Yeah.
Trap. I bet the whole time there was no trap.
But with Trap, it's like the twist is kind of revealed in the trailer very quickly about who the main character is. So I'm wondering if there's another twist on top. I don't know.
He should have directed Twisters. That'd have been funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been a perfect movie for him.
I'm gonna go and watch Trap, but I really hope to see some Twisters. I don't know. I want to go see Beetlejuice. You know.
You want to go see it?
I've heard it's meant to be quite good. Like it's meant to be very old school.
Oh.
And there's some interesting throwbacks and expansions on the lore of like the underworld and things like that I'm interested in seeing.
Did you not want to go and see Rambo First Blood at the Everyman on Friday?
No, I didn't. You know.
Really?
No.
Because I know that I keep saying it, but you know it's a classic.
Yeah.
There's some really good.
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's loads of quotable moments.
Yeah.
You know.
Let it go.
Yeah, there you go.
I only know that because of you and my dad.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And there's a colonel called Colonel Troutman, and he's like the guy that created Rambo, and it's just funny. It's just
yeah. How many is there?
Well, it's I don't know, 12, something like that.
Really?
How many Rockies are there? How many Fast and Furious?
Rambo First Blood is the first one.
That's the first one, and I'm pretty sure it's considered the best out of all of them.
I'd like to go and see Nosferatu.
That looks great.
I really want to go see that, and that's what's his name? Something Robert Eggers or someone like that who directed The Witch.
Yeah.
Same guy who did that.
I bet that'll be good then.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah.
There's I feel I mean I know that it's I was out before and the sun was out, but there is a breeze.
Look quite nice, yeah.
And, there's a chill.
Chilly though.
I feel like I've just mentally checked out of
summer.
I feel like it's, and
Me
I want to just and maybe there's something in like the maybe trying to embrace the autumn now. Because do you know off the top of your head when the last day of summer is?
Well, the autumn equinox is the 22nd.
The 22nd.
So I think that's technically when autumn begins.
Autumn begins on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Which is great thing about this watch.
Tell you the date.
It tells you the date that we're on now. And the time. So there's two for the price of one.
A lot more there. That's cool.
G-Shock.
No, I'm sponsored by G-Shock. I'm definitely I think summer's over now.
Feels
and
like
we need to get the autumn winter stuff out.
Well, look at this. Maggie's already in a blanket.
Out. Oh, I had this out literally June last week. I was like, I'm a bit chilly actually. I was like, put my dressing. I was looking for my slippers. They're in the wash, deep in the wash somewhere.
Oh my goodness, Meg does have a well, I won't give people the satisfaction with talking about feet, but but anyway, there's and I went out and bought this I got this
new hoodie.
We actually we were talking before about about we were working so intensely over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Our gig schedule was insane, and then on Sunday we did not see each other all day.
Literally didn't see each other all day. I was out the door by 8:30. I didn't get back through the door till about 7.
I didn't get back till about
in the door till
maybe 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning. I was asleep.
You were asleep.
We didn't see each other all day.
First day we've not seen each other for since forever. I mean, we went. We were there. We were
texting and stuff, but didn't actually get to speak 2 words to each other all day.
And then, but yesterday, we had a full. It was like we were compensating for Meg's birthday, which was on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So we spent the whole day with each other. Best day.
It was amazing.
The best day.
It was amazing.
And it was great because all we literally did was we spent every second with each other.
Yeah.
We didn't leave each other's company.
No.
Apart from when I went to the till.
Apart from when you went to the till and then when you went to play COD.
Oh, all right. Okay. So that was actually something really nice that I hadn't done in... I can't remember last time I played COD.
But you took me out for we got up together. We were together in the morning. We went to brunch together. You got me the most amazing brunch.
Meg had. I wonder actually if I might take one of those photos now.
Oh, yeah.
And in the video just drop it in the middle. Do you think that'd be funny?
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah.
I'll try and do that then. There's a picture.
You might be able to see it on your screens right now if you listen on Spotify or YouTube.
And it's Meg in a Moose Coffee.
Moose Coffee, yeah.
And that's a place on Hope Street which you recommended.
Yeah.
We've never been before.
Never been,
so
but
that
I've
was
heard
nice.
they do good brunch, so.
They didn't disappoint. It was insane though. Meg had you had a sweet and a savoury brunch.
I did.
The portions were huge.
Was not expecting the portions to be that big though, because usually you go to places and, you know, the portion's okay, but you're like, I could probably eat more.
Yeah.
And I always have to pick between a sweet or a savoury, but I've been saying to you all year, I can't wait until my birthday to just go and get a big brunch. Get both.
Because you wanted both. You wanted you wanted the avocado on toast
with egg,
but you also wanted the French toast with blueberry compote.
Yeah.
And then that was making me laugh internally yesterday because I bought a book by is it Truman Capote?
And that the In Cold Blood one.
Yeah, and then the whole day I was just walking around chuckling, just being like Truman Compote.
Yeah.
And that's just such a terrible, silly joke. But then you had that, and then you had like a cappuccino and
it was lovely.
You did pretty good, to be fair, considering the portions were massive.
Yeah, the portions were huge. I could have. Yeah, I think most of the time I feel like I can polish off so much food. But I wasn't anticipating how big the portion was going to be, so there was a little bit left over, but...
You did pretty good, honey.
Thank
you did pretty good. That it was impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Really.
It was lovely. And then he took me out shopping, got me loads of lovely treats.
Just little things. They were, just little bits here and there.
I wouldn't consider them little. They're not it's not like you just put a tenner in a card for me and was like, oh, treat yourself.
But I did put a fiver on the Sunday when I knew that we weren't going to see each other. I wrote you a card and slipped a fiver in there as a little joke.
That made me giggle. I was on the train and I got a chance to read it and I was like, fiver slipped out.
And a fiver. But it was nice. We went and got some what would you call them? We love Esper, which is a brand.
We just went and got some beauty products and I got some new pajamas.
Really lovely pajamas. And what was the book you got?
It's called Dogs of Summer, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've heard it be recommended from one of the booktubers that I watch.
Yeah.
So I got that.
Yeah.
And then Mike did a full at home spa night for me as well. A big scrub, ran me a bath, gave me a big massage and stuff, and then we had a big Nando's.
Yeah. That was really nice.
Lovely.
And Meg said and then this was so funny. I got the Nando's, plated it up. And then I was really hungry because for brunch I'd only had...
You had a normal size brunch.
I think I had a less than normal size.
Actually, yeah, it was quite small. It was only a few sides put together, wasn't it?
It was a scrambled egg, 2 small pieces of bacon, it was an American style diner, so the sausages were pretty small. And then I was quite hungry, so I was like, oh, I can't wait to get into this. And Meg was like, honey, I'm not even that hungry. And I was like, oh, no big deal. Just eat what you can and it's cool. Just whatever. I feel like I was wolfing it. I was genuinely I'm so hungry. And I looked up and you'd finished.
Yeah.
And you were just sat there picking your nails like this, just being I was genuinely speechless for a bit.
I wasn't hungry, and then I was like, oh, I don't know, yeah, I'm just not hungry. And then I took a few bites of my peri peri chips. And then I was like, but I will eat it, I'm not silly, I'm going to eat my meal. And then I just kept eating, and then something just snaps. It just kicks in. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually starving. And then I don't even look up from my meal. I'm just devouring it.
But the fact that I thought I was internally, I was slow down. You're gonna have an IBS attack.
You eat super slow though. I eat super quick, and you eat super slow. We just accentuate each other's eating speeds, I think.
Mental.
But I did scoff it all.
Yeah.
I didn't even have any of. I went out and got loads of free chocolates because I signed up to loads of free.
Oh yeah.
free stuff to get free stuff on my birthday.
Meg was on a mission. You went to like Hotel Chocolat.
Yeah, Hotel Chocolat. You get a free
Hi there.
£5.
Hi Kit, can I help you? Yeah. Where's I get a free chocolate? I think because it's my birthday. No, I'm really messing you.
No, I feel kind of bad. I just kind of waltz in there and I'm like, "Hi, yeah, I'm not a supportive customer of yours, but I think I get something free today because it's my birthday."
How many people would cash them in?
They don't.
Remember on my
exactly.
birthday, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't.
No.
It was.
There's still things that I didn't quite get. I think I signed up to so much stuff, but I only got emails from a few places. But I think I should have got a Millie's cookie as well, and I love Millie's cookies.
Yeah.
A Krispy Kreme, but the thing is that they don't really keep that long. The reason I went and got the Hotel Chocolat bit and the Lindor chocolates is because they kind of keep because they're not fresh. You get all sorts. You can get a free Greg's sweet treat. You can get a free drink from Starbucks. You can get a free burrito from Bar Burrito and all that kind of stuff. There's only so many that I'm like gonna make a point of going to get, but a free box of Lindor chocolates, a free box of little Hotel Chocolat chocolates, and a £5 free gift at the Body Shop.
Yeah, and we got you a little head comb, didn't we?
Comb. My little free gift at Space NK that they never have in, so they make you feel like a obsessive freak.
Oh yeah,
for, like,
we need to go back, don't we?
I can't go back.
Yeah.
They're always saying, "Oh yeah, the delivery's tomorrow," and then you go back the next day and they're like, "No, we haven't got it." Because you have to walk to the "Hi, give me some free stuff."
Yeah, but it's like again, it's like they set that up.
I know.
They say you
they
can
do.
get free stuff. So
I know, but then they make you feel like, "Oh my god, why are there so many flies?"
There are a few flies, aren't there?
Then they make you feel like what's it called? Like, there's no word for someone that's just looking for like handouts. Like, they make you feel like a weirdo, like scav, like a scavenger.
Why don't I go in? Oh no, they need your birthday.
Well, they just need my account.
Right. Maybe I'll go in.
I will go in. Maybe tomorrow I'll pop my
Yeah.
head in and be like, just wondering. Like, then if they're like, "No, we haven't got it," and it's like,
You
right.
could just be like, listen, madam, you told me to come back yesterday.
Yeah.
I've given you an extra day.
Do you remember last year though? It was the
Yeah,
same
I
thing
do,
last
yeah,
year.
I
How
do
many
remember
times
that.
How many times did we go in? And then you finally get it and you're like, yes.
And it's the smallest.
It's just
the smallest thing
no,
in
but
the world.
it's 3 minis of something.
It's 3
though,
minis,
so
okay.
it's like, it is worth it. I'm not gonna not go get it, but
Yeah, let's go. We'll go tomorrow.
It's
We'll
funny.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
but yeah,
But it was,
it was a lovely day.
it was lovely, and it was genuinely just so nice to just have that
It
day.
was.
But then today,
Today sucked. No, I'm joking. Today's just been that what we usually do on a Monday, where we're resetting, we're doing the shop, we're doing some cleaning, and getting some stuff sorted. But I just feel like today I've just been in such a lazy mood. So then doing household chores and doing stuff like that, and the weather's been really grim. It's just made me feel a little bit like, whoa.
yeah.
But
And
it's all good.
I feel like there's a we didn't go to the gym these past couple of days. So
Autumn's here. It's a change of the season.
changing this, I feel like I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Oh, do you really?
A little bit, yeah. But that might just be the gigging schedule.
And the 3 coffees you had.
Yeah, but there's nothing, and it's not well known.
I'm talking a lot. I
been
sometimes feel a bit like that when I've come away from a social thing. I'm
That's a
like,
fair point,
I'm not
yeah.
actually used to talking this much, and drink loads of water in a bit. You'd probably be dehydrated.
It was actually so nice going for a little coffee with my friend John. We it's definitely and I played some COD last night for the first time.
That sounded really fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it's definitely there is I feel like
It was so funny when because you weren't being like loud, but I think when we're in when I'm in the next room and I'm trying to go to sleep, obviously you're excited and you're having fun, so you're quite elevated, and even though you're on a mic with someone, your talking level naturally just goes up. It's not like
of course,
how you and me are talking right now. It's like quite loud, And then I sent you a text because I was too comfy in bed to come and shut the door myself. I texted you like, "Hey baby, can you just shut the door, please?"
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes elapsed, but then I was just like, and then I just heard you were in the middle of like a fight, like a combat.
Yeah.
You know, you were on a 1-on-1 or something.
Yeah.
I heard you go like, I wanna go grab the door now, and he just hold on. I just heard it, and I was like,
I know. I was in a gunfight, and I was literally
Yeah.
like, I'm coming. Just wait there a minute, and I'll
it was
come
so
close.
funny.
But it was.
But that sounded fun.
Yeah, it was. We should play tonight. Your download should have done, and
I'd be well up for that.
Let's do
reckon
that.
Dan and Chris would be up for it.
I know Dan was in work today at 3, so I'll see what time he
Ooh,
finishes.
Yeah, it might be a late one.
But
Yeah, I'd be well up for that.
yeah,
It's just because it was kind of late,
yeah.
and I was ready to go, and then the download thing hadn't
I
worked.
know.
What a
That's
surprise!
so annoying.
Like, so then it was like, oh, and then I waited like 15, 20 minutes, and it was just still stuck at like a halfway point, and I was like, no, the moment's gone. I'm gonna go to bed.
But it's I think that kind of stuff, like, for me, it feels like it's very important, and like just being out today with John and having a coffee and having a few hours just talking about, just socializing and having, just talking to people.
Yeah.
And playing COD and being like, the thing is not the playing COD that I enjoy, it's like you're playing a game, but it's a social thing with people.
Course, yeah.
And it's a great thing to feel like loads of endorphins being released when you're laughing and having fun and being like, this is great, knowing that you've done a day of work where you've had that. And the older I get, the more it is just like the how would I say, like it's a constant dance of keeping everything just in a flow and in a balance.
Definitely.
And it feels great when you work really hard, but then you just go and do something super fun and silly.
Yeah.
And that's
absolutely. That's the best. That's all you can ask for, especially when the work is good work for yourself.
Especially when it's
And then especially when the good things are good things. They're not like
No.
getting absolutely leathered.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was talking with John about that. It was like, he's not been drinking for a while now, and obviously we don't drink. And we were saying, like, you can, like, the idea of like, you could hypothetically you could go out and drink 10 non-alcoholic beers, and you could still have the same thing of like, you're out with your mates, you're socializing, you're engaged, but you're totally accountable and you're totally sober, and then you can enjoy that at a totally present level, as opposed to being like, right, well, we're all just going to get messed up and leathered, and this is going to be detrimental to our health.
I know
and
what you mean. I've been thinking recently, I really feel like I have like female friends in my life, but not like female friends where it's like, oh, we have like a girls' night out, we dress up for each other, like, we go out, we hop in maybe from place to place, but we're looking for like the right vibe. Of like good music you can actually dance to and have fun. We're just here with each other. There's no like drama, no one's getting absolutely pissed, or like, I wouldn't be drinking at all obviously, but nobody's taking it to like an extreme. And then we're all just together, it's safe, it's fun. I'm like kind of craving that at the minute. I keep seeing reels of like girls going to like the club together, and like them dancing with each other and just looking like they're having a dead good time, and like having fun, like getting dressed up and stuff in like a fun, like cool, comfy way, as opposed to being like uncomfortable and like on show. And I've been, because I don't really have that, and it's not really something that you and I would do, and it's not really something you and I could do. Like, we could go out as a couple together and have fun and dance, but it's not quite the same vibe as like a girls' night of we're all like, we all know these tunes as well. You 100%. Know what I mean?
And it's like there's a lot of obvious differences there, isn't there? Like the idea of you being out with your girlfriends. There's a group of you. You're all women. Like when you do the Girls on the Go part of stuff. That sounds just like the most awesome.
I love it.
Brilliant collective thing in the world.
That reminds me, actually. I think they found the new venue for that Halloween.
Brilliant.
The Halloween ball, and I think the tickets go on sale today as well.
Oh, fantastic! That's great. Yeah.
But go on, sorry.
But maybe that's and I definitely like, I would get so much, like, the idea of me, what does a boys night out look like? the last thing on that list is me going to a bunch of clubs and dancing with my boyfriends.
I get it.
You know,
I totally get it. It's just not the same.
It's not the same. We're different,
but
and that's
it's a
fine.
shame though, because it could be, but that's probably just not. It doesn't sound like your cup of tea anyway. Really,
It's not. It's,
yeah.
it's a snooker tournament or like
a chess tournament.
not in particular.
Boy has gone wild.
But no, not really. But no, like say if I actually I love the idea of actually just like gigging.
Yeah.
But with friends, that would
totally
be awesome. If someone was like, there's a gig for you at a club.
Yeah.
And it's a band night, and you've got to play rock all night.
Tunes.
That to me sounds like an absolute dream.
Oh,
like,
that's so nice. It's nice that you kind of taken a couple of steps to work towards that as well.
And I am, but anyway, but with you, like maybe that's something that like put out some
feelers. Send a couple of messages and be like, look, do you want to go on like a night out? But
yeah,
I don't know how to say it in a sense of like, I'm not going to be drinking. It's okay if you drink. But also, I kind of just want to go just for the vibes, the outfits, and the music.
Okay, let's plan this right now. Okay, Maggie's big night out with her girlfriends.
Yeah.
Okay, and beforehand, you can invite all the girls here. I'll make some mocktails. I'll get some like little pizzas on the go.
Chicago Towns.
You guys can all do Chicago Towns. You guys can do the makeup in the bedroom. I'll just be around to help out and stuff.
That's so cute.
In a just a total like supportive capacity.
Yeah.
Or way, and then
and you can take the photos and stuff as well.
I'll take the photos. I'll take and maybe that could be good. Maybe I could get people onto non-alcoholic pre-drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiris.
That's cute.
Okay, so it's a Saturday night. How many girls would it be good to go out with, do you think? What's an ideal number?
3 or 4 or 5 maybe. 5's probably too many.
Okay.
But if you're actually asking me, I don't have any female friends that I go out with, so I wouldn't really know.
Oh no,
I don't really have that kind of group of friends.
But we could make it.
Yeah.
Like, what if I just shoot some names at you, and I won't have to give second names because you'll know who they are. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's think. Okay. Arta could be very fun. Arta.
She's like, she's super fun, but I think maybe, she's like in a different life stage to me, I think, at the minute. I think she's like, doing a business, and not that I'm not doing my business, but I don't get the sense that she'd be up for like club hopping.
Do you not think it could be, because is that not like a thing like...
I'd probably go to like dinner with her.
Dinner, but not...
or coffee and stuff like that, but probably not like getting low.
Get it? You want to get low. You want to get a apple bottom jeans. That's you want to walk into the club and that's playing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, all right. This is
Everyone
good.
makes a little circle just for me and my girlfriends. Like nobody's being creepy.
Yeah.
It's all just like woo.
I love that idea, honey. I think that would be, and I think that is seriously something that, I feel sometimes it's a bit like, you have to put conscious effort into working on physical health, mental health, your business. Sometimes you have to put conscious effort into socializing and being like, let's make something happen. And that could be something where it's like you kick something off and it's like, oh my god, girls, that was so fun.
Can't believe we didn't do that sooner.
Should we do it again?
Yeah.
Where's that Camp and Furnace? I've got a night on. Should we go there? You know? Could be fun.
No, I'm gonna work on it. It's definitely something that I feel like I'd enjoy. And I think it's watching Sex in the City as well. It's seeing like the girls like go out.
Yeah.
And they'll they might go to dinner and then they go to like a few clubs, but like they're just going like with each other and it's the outfits and they're just like they've got like this close bond and stuff and yeah, I don't really have that at the minute with like a few girls or anything. I have like a few friends separately, but not 3 or 4 that all know each other.
Well, why don't you try and combine those worlds?
Yeah, I'm trying.
I get it. It's like I sometimes that those things don't really work, but hey, look, life is short, and
so right.
we only youth, you only have it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Not saying you can't be 50 and in a club, but because you can,
not,
but
of course. And I think if I was like at the club and there was like a cool group of girls there, it's kind of like I kind of just want to be like adopted into their little group to just like go out with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that would happen naturally
yeah,
in some places.
yeah,
Where if you had your own little group to begin with,
yeah.
and then you went out, there's every chance that you
Of,
might
like,
meet some people,
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
which could be a lot of fun.
yeah.
Where are some places that you think that you would? Okay, so hypothetically, we've got so there's 4 or 5 people here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and then it's like, okay, see you later, girls, bye.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Where's the first place you go?
I don't even know anymore.
Saturday night, and it's 9:00.
9. It's early then.
You've had some food here though, right?
Okay,
So that's,
yeah,
you
we've
don't
had
have to
some
do
food
dinner.
here. Probably wouldn't head out to the places till maybe 10, I'd say.
Wow. Okay.
Only because that's when I think it's popping, you know.
Okay. It's popping.
But I really don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, where are the clubs?
I haven't been anywhere in ages, and it'd just totally be based on vibes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably go to somewhere, maybe not too intense. I'd probably avoid like Black Rabbit. Do you remember there? And
Yeah, that was mental.
maybe like I'd maybe try like I don't know, like Lego, or
Yeah.
maybe like the Peacock, if that's still there.
I don't remember that one. Where was that?
It's on Seal Street, I think, just near Hebe's. I'd maybe try Hebe's.
Okay. So that's near Lego as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe around those parts. Maybe avoid Concert Square.
Okay.
Places where it's not too like mental, like, but it's not chill in a sense of like no one's actually dancing properly.
You know, because like what I'm thinking of is like that scene in Uncut Gems when Adam Sandler's character goes to go and watch The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And they're in that room, and it's like it's night, it's glow in the dark stuff,
Yeah.
and The Weeknd's there, and he's
Yeah.
doing that sort of, it's
Yeah.
it's vibey.
Yeah.
Um,
That's pretty cool.
you like that, Pat? Yeah.
That's definitely more like chill. We're all just like chilling and dancing, as opposed to like.
You want to do this though. You want to get a little bit of
Yeah.
that. But I don't picture you dancing to like if Carry On Wayward Son came on. I can't imagine you being like,
No,
it's not that vibe.
it's just not. No, I love that music, but it's not quite like Get Low.
Yeah, so where does that kind of... So where do... because Camp and Furnace do some really good throwback nights, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That'd be a good shout as well,
yeah.
I think. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
there might be some places around there.
I've been to
around
one of
that
them
end.
before, like the R&B nights. Do you remember we went to one years and years ago as well, like...
Yeah,
and
not the best memories of that one. That
not
one.
the best vibes. But... but something like that, maybe. I'm looking into it.
I would love I don't want to appear that I'm being too enthusiastic of trying to get you out of the house,
No.
but like I would love to, because I mean you're an incredible dancer. You have a lot of control over your body. You have a great energy when you're with people, and I feel like that was always something that I felt as if I couldn't really give you.
It's not that you can't give it to
no,
me. It's just not your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like,
but that'd be so nice for me to see you like coming back in and being like, oh, we went to here, we danced at this place, and like that was great.
Yeah, I need to look into it more, and even to see like some more live music as well. Like I had so much fun that night. I went to see the Vaccines on my own, just round the corner, because that was just a room full of just indie heads that were just loving it.
Yeah.
Like everyone was just loving it, and it was just so much fun to
So cool.
dance and just let yourself go a little bit in that way. And again, because we don't drink, I don't do any drugs, and I don't I don't know, not that my life's boring, because it's definitely not, but a sense of having a lovely thing with music and friends, and having this thing
It's
of
a combined
thing, and it's quite it's like a high. It's a natural high of social dancing, music, friends, celebration, I don't know, camaraderie.
Yeah.
But without the toxins and things like that.
I mean, that sounds perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe that was something that when we used to engage in that lifestyle, there was always that attachment to alcohol, ciggies,
Yeah.
maybe a bit of
drama. Yeah, no,
you know,
that's
hanging out with not the right
It's not what
crowd.
I'm in it for at all. I want to have a nice, safe, fun night. Just people that are looking out for each other, enjoying the music, like, and then I come home and like,
Or I come and pick you up.
oh
Yeah, and it's like, where are you, babe? I'm on my way.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
You know, maybe like, you know, up but like Castle Street way, because I get the impression that it's a bit more like not posh, but like I feel like there's just more money.
It's mainly
up there,
restaurants on Castle Street.
There's got to be like one or
Are
two
you thinking
places,
like Gay
right?
Village?
No,
No.
I thought Gay Village was
near.
near.
About Castle Street dance places.
I don't know, but that's maybe they're a bit more exclusive. Maybe they're a bit more hidden away.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I really am not well read on
Yeah.
the club scene.
I don't think people go Castle Street to go like dancing and going bars. I think maybe there's a couple of bars, but they're not dancey bars. I think they're just restaurants, or you sit and drink, or you stand and drink.
Maybe when we get off, we should check that out.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that could be
I'd
nice.
like that.
Yeah, I'd love to help facilitate that.
You're very sweet.
And I'd definitely love to, you know, talking about that's made me realise what that would look like for me.
Yeah.
Would be, like I'm in a bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like playing.
Yeah.
Like
See,
some music.
I'd love to come to that.
Oh, that'd be so
fun.
fun.
And being in the audience.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be so much fun.
Seeing you dance as I'm playing something.
That'd be so much fun.
But you know what's really great, wonderful about that is that you and I could like get off from this and we could start trying to work towards that now.
Isn't that amazing? Aren't we so lucky that we have that? It's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, go and put something together then. See what we can make something work.
Get off that arse of yours and go and apply it.
Get off your ass and work. Have you seen that, Kim Kardashian?
Is that like where she's saying that
like,
everyone's got the same?
People don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, that's someone else who's saying that everyone's got the same 24 hours in a day.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think that was Molly May.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Kim Kardashian's like, nobody wants to work anymore. Like, get off your ass.
Brilliant. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks so much for the advice.
Thanks, Kim. That's top-notch advice there. But yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And it all starts with a brand spanking new guitar,
Bean coffee,
which is suitable for 80s style music. I need something with
Mike's
a Floyd.
After a new guitar.
I need something with a Floyd Rose tremolo, so I can do those big dive bombs. And it's only really going to be this new Charvel guitar that I've seen. So I'm gonna have to get that first. I'm gonna have to invest in that.
Yeah, before you can do any of the other stuff.
It looks totally rad though, bro. It has got like it's purple. It's like flame purple, which is so not me. So that is
you.
so shouty.
Such a curveball.
But I feel as if that if you're gonna be on stage and I'm gonna be playing something like, I'll Be There For You by Bon Jovi or something. It's like I'm gonna need to wear like a leather vest and a bandana and a guitar. Which would be so much fun.
I miss seeing you on stage with a band.
Yeah, I miss it too.
Yeah.
I miss it too. But you know,
we're working on it.
We're working on it, and we're gonna
having things to work towards is great.
Creative things as well.
And creative things.
That where our skills that we've built up.
Yeah.
Where they're best served.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So yeah, any gals listening, hit me up if you want to go out dancing.
If anyone wants to start a band that is primarily looking at doing like maybe 70s, 80s, 90s rock, glam rock, hard rock, classic rock covers, shoot me a message because that'd be awesome, and just to hang out.
Thanks so much for listening and checking in with us, guys.
Good night.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Meg watched Anchorman for the first time yesterday. Oh, she only watched half of it.
Only the first half.
Yeah, we should watch the second half tonight.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
Well, we'll see you later, everybody.
You.
Love you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. What did you say?
I said night.
Okay. Good night forever.
Good night.
Bum,
Bye.
bum, bum.